Tonight, Milwaukee police cracked the case. They have been hunting for a man who nearly killed one of their own on Christmas night. Now, a teenager is facing charges. Fox 6's Henry Rossoff has been following this story for days now. He joins us live from 6th and Lincoln, where a prayer vigil for the injured officer just wrapped up. Henry, good evening to you.
Good evening, Mary. And that very brief vigil here at St. Joseph's followed a day of developments in this ongoing situation. And now Milwaukee police believe they have their man. The police and public pray for the health of critically injured officer Frank Vertoshnik inside St. Joseph's on the south side. He nearly died Christmas night.
You never know. He could have. Thank God he didn't.
We want to show as a community and a police department the great support.
The service comes on the heels of the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office charging the man they say put 37-year-old Vertoshnik in Frederick Hospital.
I'm obviously pleased that there was an arrest made and that there was a charge.
19-year-old Juan Alvarado was arrested Wednesday evening in Chicago and is charged with first-degree reckless injury and recklessly endangering safety for allegedly driving the wrong way and hitting Vertoshnik, who was on foot.
I think it's great he's off the street. He needs to be off the street, and so out of this tragedy, that's the one positive thing at this point.
Alvarado could be looking at upwards of 25 years in prison if convicted. The break in the case came when police located his black Chevy Malibu Wednesday. According to the criminal complaint, a neighbor near 15th Street in Beecher says he noticed the damage to the car and asked Alvarado about it. Alvarado told him he'd been drinking for 2 days, fell asleep, and didn't remember what happened. That neighbor saw news stories about the hit and run and called police.
It was very, very unfortunate. You hear about a 19-year-old young man. It's all about drinking and driving, and the message we send over and over again, if you're going to drink, don't drive.
With the arrest, one prayer is answered Thursday. Now everyone's just hoping Vertoshnik has a speedy recovery.
Feel sorry for the family, so come out here. Leave it up to God, you know, he'll be okay.
I was able to have a very brief off-camera conversation with Vertoshnik's family. They just wanted to reiterate what they said in a statement earlier today and send along their thanks to the community and to the police department and to everyone who helped put on this vigil today. Live from 6th and Lincoln, Henry Rossoff, Fox 6 News.
Henry, thank you. When you read the criminal complaint, it's obvious. Police got their big break in the case when they found the car. But just how'd they find it? Our Tammy Hughes with more details, this piece of the puzzle.
It was the car and a tip from a man who recognized it that led to Juan Alvarado's arrest. Fox 6 has learned the garage had been rented out by a neighbor for several months, but about 2 months ago, he agreed to rent out half the space to someone else.
Christmas, he said, no, he didn't ask, he just said, I put a car in there.
According to the criminal complaint, that man gave Alvarado permission to leave the Malibu in the garage and said Alvarado admitted he got into an accident but couldn't remember what happened or it happened. The family member told us after seeing reports of the crash on the news, they decided to go to police.
We went to the police station and asked the police to check the car out because we didn't want to get in trouble, because the night before they had already had permission to open up every garage around the neighborhood. We didn't want to get in trouble, so we were like, you need to check this car out.
According to the complaint, that man had a brief interaction with Alvarado on Christmas as he was leaving the garage. He told police Alvarado admitted to drinking for 2 days, fell asleep, and didn't know how the car got damaged. He also said Alvarado appeared to be stumbling and there was still beer in the car. The next day, that man went to police. I did talk to the man who rents that garage from the elderly woman. He told me that he didn't know Alvarado personally, that it was the other man that agreed to let Alvarado leave his car in that garage. He said he's been asked by police not to talk. As for Alvarado, he is in the Cook County Jail, but will need to be extradited back to Wisconsin. In the news, Fox 6 News.